Rick, here we go, man.
Good morning again, Keith Jones.
Good morning. Good morning. You know, uh, there's this quote that I made a note of that I absolutely love. And it has to do for me, not judging and being open and getting in sync with life and harmony. So I'm going to read the quote for you, okay?
Great.
The quote is: life is like the sky. It's neutral, not positive, not negative. It's neither good nor bad. It's every possibility. You know who told me that? You did. You told me that. And I love it. So let me have you speak on that.
Well, I think I probably filched it from somebody. I'm sure I stole it from somewhere, but it rang true to me, and it seemed like it was a very powerful thing at the time that I memorized it, because I needed it as a tool to fend off whatever was troubling me. And I don't remember what that was, and it's irrelevant. We're all going through things that trouble us every day. Um, I like the idea. I like the idea that there's a constant in life, and that we can supply it to ourselves like a medicine that's constantly emitting small doses of goodness for you. And by goodness, I mean health, a positive outlook, optimism. It's just always there. And sometimes what we do is we forget and we block it. And we block it by using our ego to create defenses that keep out the world and harden our hearts and prevent us from seeing the joy and beauty in life and in other people. There's a quote that I've got for you.
Well, I love that quote you gave me.
It's sort of an expansion of the one you just said, but this is from a guy that I think is just a genius. He had a very interesting personal life. He was a world traveler and also a bit of a philosopher. His name was Rainier Maria Rilke, and it's Rilke. And he said, and I just love this, I think it's so true in my life: let everything happen to you. Let everything happen to you, both the beauty and the terror. Let everything happen to you, both the beauty and the terror.
I'm writing this down.
Just keep going. Just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
So let everything happen to you, the beauty and the terror, and just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I like that is twofold. One is it says everything you need to know about being healthy and going through problems instead of avoiding them. That's the healthy way to approach problems. And it also says to me that the reason why you keep going is because no feeling is final. No feeling is final. So, you work a little bit at a problem and it looks like it's not going to dissolve, and all of a sudden something happens and it goes away. And your feeling about it is totally dependent on how you handle that problem. And if you're just keeping going, if you're working and working and working at it, whether it breaks or not, the feeling that you have for yourself is enormously satisfying. No feeling is final when you start on a problem. It's only final when there's nothing more you can do. So beauty and terror, yin and yang, part of the same global experience that life offers all of us.
Yeah, Rick, I love that. I don't have much more to say to that, man. It's, like your quote: life is like the sky. It's neutral, not positive, not negative. It's neither good nor bad. It's every possibility. And the new quote that you gave me: let everything happen to you, the beauty and the terror. Just keep going. When I think of that, man, what speaks to me is give up judgment. And if I do that, I can really appreciate everything, the sweet and the sour. I can experience it all. And that's what I found that I'm doing, whether I want to or not. That's what's going to happen. So I might as well get in harmony with it. As you mentioned, that life is going to change, it's impermanent, but there's a beauty to that too. And Michael Singer talks about this notion, of death as a teacher. And we often forget that. And you reminded me of that, several times, is that it's coming for all of us.
Yeah.
All of us. No one is escaping it. And I used to like, oh, resist this idea and try not to think about it. But when I think about it, that's what gives me, what I say, like, it's been a good run today, because there may not be a tomorrow, there may not be a tomorrow to say that about. And so it allows me to appreciate everything that happens, even the things that my mind used to say, because it rarely says these things anymore. I've been so like non-negotiable in my training of my mind not to judge, that even when my mind would say those things, I would be like, what's the alternative? Not to be here to experience this? I mean, that's it. Like, we got a staffing problem? Okay. But this is the moment that we have. Not having a staffing challenge is not an option. So the only other option of not having this experience is not to be here at all, which means to be dead. I think I'll take the staffing problem. It's like, no, I want to learn how to be with this. So what's the alternative? Not to having a pandemic, but that's not reality. You're resisting reality. Like, be with, we're having a pandemic, and how can this be a meaningful experience? How can this happen? And then once you get to that part, the next thing is the barrier to seeing it that way are the limits and the judgments that I put on this moment, my resistance to it. So what would happen if I stopped doing that? Oh, it just becomes a moment. As you put it, Rick, full of possibilities, full of potential experiences. And here we are. And that's how I'm living life. People ask me, like, when vacations, when they know I might take a trip, are you looking forward to your trip? I like being here right now. And when I get there, I like being there too. Seriously, my Mondays feel like Fridays.
Yeah,
It's all good to me, man. I mean, like, there's no distinction anymore. That's a beautiful place to be. And I work to get here. So there's no way I'm surrendering this, Rick. I mean, we made ground. We made some. It's been some like, I got calluses.
Yeah, that's right.
Man, I'm happy to be here. I'm not going back.
I think one of the really important sort of subtexts in Rilke's quote about letting everything happen to you, both the beauty and the terror, the subtext is, when you're letting things happen to you, that means you're not fearful of how you're going to be able to handle them. You're not running. You're not running. And that's the thing that I think he was trying to get across to people, because we're always trying to run from pain to pleasure. And he was saying, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. The beauty and the terror is they're in essence the same thing, the flip sides of the same coin. And you need to have experience in both.
Yes.
You need to be able to go through both. And running from the immediacy of our experience is, as you say, preferring death to life. If you're running away from things, if you're not dealing with them, if you're not letting things happen and dealing with them as they go, you're running from the immediacy of your own life experiences. And it's in essence saying, I'd rather be dead. I'm going to ignore all of this. And I'd be cool with dead. Once I was a carbon-based life form, now I'm dead and loving it. Okay, well, try that one out for a while. But you can't run from your own life experience, right? You can't prefer death to life. Anyway, that's what I think one of the things he might have been saying. I mean,
you said it, Rick, man. Just you said it beautifully. I got nothing else to add. I keep coming back to just being grateful for our friendship, man. You have shown me things that have changed my life. They've really, you opened the door for me to see something different. And I think I wish everyone had that kind of person in their life to really help them take off, those lenses that are obscuring their view, so they can really see what's right here, what's right in front of them. And you have gently, just led me to that path and helped me find my way on it. And fortunately, I've stayed on it. I've stayed on it, thank God. But you've done that for me, and I hope everyone has that, and they take advantage of it. Like if I would give myself credit for one thing, it is that I made a commitment to stay on the path that you and some of these teachers have led me to, and stayed on the path. Like saying that for no reason am I getting off this path. And it's opened up so many blessings up to my life and so many wonderful experiences. It's no small thing, Rick, for a person who lived the majority of his life complaining about everything to no longer complain. That's not a small thing. I mean, just the very act of that means that I no longer ruin moments. Like that behavior was not only running my life, it was ruining my life. Like that thing. You put me on a path in which I see the humanity in people, and I rarely confuse their behavior with who they are. That's no small thing. To feel like a Monday is a Friday, it's no small thing. And you put me on that path. Let everything happen to you, the beauty and the terror. Just keep going. Love it, Rick. Thank you.
I love you, Keith, and thank you for those kind words. I'm blown away and speechless. And it's self-help is just that. I take no credit. Self-help means personal commitment to excellence, personal commitment to inner peace, personal commitment to, above all, being open-hearted, compassionate, and serving others.
Wow. Rick, thank you. I love you.
I love you. Adios.
Adios.